So, our continent has a lot of young people like you. Okay. But we also know that a lot of young people like you are not in employment, are not doing much.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's something they can do
Yeah.
to make themselves valuable to
Yeah.
themselves and to their community.
Yes.
So, what's your advice to young people like yourself?
Yeah. I think it's important, first of all, that we don't throw the baby and the bathwater away together because
Okay.
yes, Nigeria as a country, we have incredible young people. I mean, I'm currently doing my NYSC and I get to engage with a lot of young people from across the different nations, even from people who came all the way from the United States and the United Kingdom to do their NYSC. But Nigeria puts you in a survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, you cannot create.
Mm.
When you're in survival mode, you cannot create. And that's the condition has programmed you to be. So in order for you to be valuable, like you mentioned, Mr. Ekene, you need to think without a box, not outside a box. You need to think without a box, right? Every time they say think outside of a box, the question is
Mm.
who even created the box in the first place for us to think outside of? So, so my advice to every young person is for them to consistently look inwards. Don't look outward. Because if you look outward, what it does is that it impacts how you see the world. The poverty rate in Nigeria is alarming. When you talk of poverty, the World Bank defines poverty living below $1.90. There are people living, if you won't have $1 right now is 750 naira. You now say 90 cents on top. We're talking of 1,500. That's probably somebody's minimum wage somewhere. So my encouragement to any young person who's listening to me now, I am in Nigeria. I live in Nigeria. I've had the privilege with God's help. But I want to say this to everybody who is listening to me that look, stop looking outward and start looking inwards. A great mentor once said to me, he said, Itofa, all that you currently have left is all that you need. And I just want to say this to everybody. You may say, I don't have money, I don't have relationships, I don't have anything. But I want you to know that right where you are, you have something.
Okay.
You have something. It may be a skill set, it may be an incredible project management skill, it may even be consulting that you just haven't harnessed very well, it may be great speaking skill, it may be just passion for non-for-profit, whatever it is, but you have something. That's the first point. Then the second point of call I want to say to young people is this: invest in human capital development. In 2020, I read 16 books
Very good.
in probably, yeah, I read
See,
16
see me
books in,
smiling. See me smiling.
yes,
I
yes.
love. See. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I read 60, I read 60, and I'm not just saying this to brag, I'm just saying this
No,
to
no.
just let,
It's
yeah,
important. You're saying this. Yes.
yeah. It's important for you that you cannot, there are certain conversations you cannot have on the upper echelon if you don't know certain subject. If you bring me and say, let's talk about Coca-Cola CEO, let's talk about the Apple, let's talk about what's happening in the aviation. I'm going to tell you because I've read books that have broken down their marketing strategy, talk about branding, talk about I can have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
And that alone separates you already from the crowd, separates you
Okay.
from the pack. So for young people, I want you to invest in increasing your value. Buy books and read the books, please. If you YouTube channels, find things, watch TED Talks, listen to, I mean, incredible podcasts like Mr. Ekene, like listen to people who are having conversations that disrupt your internal programming, that causes you to, man, like, what have I been doing in my life? What is going on? I have a friend called Shei Morejo. Shei Morejo is only 21 years old. She's the founder of Your Recycle Initiative. Just recently, CNN did a feature story on her just because they wanted to see what she was doing in Nigeria. And she's only in her third year at University of Lagos. And she's doing the kind of stuff she's doing. And she's in Nigeria. She's not living in Jamaica or South Africa. She's in this Nigeria with all of us. So I want to encourage more people that young people that please, you're not disadvantaged. That's the very first point of call. You're a
Yep.
global asset, you're a global solution. That's my frame of mind. I don't call myself a Nigerian, I call myself a global citizen. Have that frame of mind so that anywhere you find yourself, you don't have a survival mindset. Oh my God, what can I take from Mr. Ekene now? Question mark, what can I give to you? What value can I bring to the table for you? When you alter this frame of mind, or you've created this frame of mind, what happens is that you begin to attract things to your life that people who are living in that survival state cannot attract, cannot create, because they are thinking about survival. So that's
Yeah.
my advice to any young Nigerian at the moment.
Wow. This is fantastic. See, unfortunately, it's difficult for a lot of young people who are in survival mode to listen to this kind of talk and digest it. Okay. But we need to continue preaching the gospel. Okay. Because sometime for any reason, their minds might be open to listen.
Yeah.
See, if you look at every country that is developed, okay, first I will say this, and I want my audience to learn this. None of those countries were developed by the government. People, people,
Yeah.
people who had desire, dreams, and many of them came from poverty.
Yeah.
In fact, the majority came from poverty.
Yeah.
In those days, only kings and lords were in opulence, had money.
Yes,
The
sir.
rest of the society were poor.
Yeah.
Okay, and many of the people who created these global companies that everybody knows came from the ordinary citizens.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's why it's good for us to read and learn the stories of other people.
Yes, sir.
See,
Yes, sir.
no matter where you are, no matter what is going on with you, yes, at that time that thing is going on with you, it's horrible, it's devastating. But the truth is of matter is this: this kind of things have happened to other people in the past, and we can learn from the way they handled it to bring themselves out of their situations. And that's why it's important to read. Okay. And if we continue keeping ourselves, closing our eyes to the stories of other people, we'll stay in our situations longer than necessary. You know, so thank you very much.
Yeah, I just want to add something.
Yeah.
The current CEO of Google, his name is Sundar Pichai.
Yeah.
When I read his story, I was blown away. How did an ordinary Indian boy who had a passion to do electrical engineering or meteorological engineering, go from, and whose father was just an ordinary teacher and the mother was barely even getting by, extreme poverty. They didn't even have TV sets.
Yeah.
Go from that point, from that place, to becoming the current CEO of Google. Google's market cap value is over $1 trillion as of I think last month's Business Insider report. So what changed? He had a solution-driven mindset. When he met Larry Page and Sergey Brin at Stanford University, it was because he was thinking solution. There's a psychological phenomenon called the Pygmalion effect. You create what you see in your mind.
Yeah.
Your mind and what you, I don't want to go, but basically that's just
Yeah. See, everything that human beings have created in this world started in someone's mind. Everything, no matter what it is, good or bad, everything we have created in this world started in someone's mind. And that's it. You know, it goes from the mind, thinking about it, and manifesting it. Anyway,